What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to Week 8 of the UCL. This time we got our battle. If you haven't seen my team building video, be sure to check it out because, as always, there's a lot of thought that goes into each mon I bring to the match. And, yeah, here we go. We're going up against Alex, Flaming Sabo on Showdown, coach of the Rio Rancho Rhyperiors, I think, or some permutation of those words. I'm not really sure. Whatever. It doesn't really matter that much at this point. Let's hop into this. Let's see what he brought. Okay, so he's got no Mega Heracross. I'm surprised, but I did expect Cloyster, and Huron B and Breloom. Those mons are pretty strong. Crobat, you know, typical Mega Altaria counter. He's probably Scarf Huron, if I had to guess. Because he brought Diancie and did not bring Bronzong. Wow, I'm shocked, actually. He didn't bring a lot of his bulky mons like Dusclops, Musharna, Claydol. That's actually making my life a lot easier. The things I'm going to want to work or look out for the most, Huron B obviously is a monster. Magmortar I'm not too worried about. It's typically AV, if I recall. As far as Crobat goes, it's typically either Brave Bird or support set. If so, I think my Suicune walls it. Cloyster between my Jirachi and my Hitmonlee, I beat that. Once Breloom is gone, I'm trying to determine what the win condition is. I'm going to lead with Heatran no matter what, because whenever he brings a Stealth Rocker, he almost always leads with it. The one time he didn't was with Mega Heracross. Unless he's lead Breloom, which could be kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Am I natural cure? Yeah. Alright, so let's lead off with Heatran. Hopefully he leads with Diancie. Oh, he leads with Crobat. This does not have anything to hit Heatran super effectively, so I'm going to take this chance to get up my Stealth Rocks. But he taunts me. Okay, well done on his part. At this point, what does he do? He could try setting up. This also means I know he's not Choice Band set. He might be a bulkier set. What does he go into on this? Probably Magmortar if I had to guess. Again, I'm not going to want to play around with predictions too much, and if he goes into Magmortar, he's probably going to go for Earthquake. So when I'm just going to fire off a Lava Plume. Or is Flash Cannon the better play? Crobat can't really touch me. I'm actually going to go for Flash Cannon. It hits more of his team harder. And it's got a 10% chance for special defense drops. Oh, and he goes into this. Perfect. That's going to take him all the way down to his Sash. I actually outspeed this before a... yeah, I actually outspeed this for sure. So I can safely Flash Cannon again here. Ice Shard will do close to no percent. Like I said, was that luck or a great call? I've built my entire team this time around just playing safe, not really having to predict too much and just attacking what's in front of me. So, yeah, that works for me. And my taunt should run out in a turn or two. It would have been nice if I had my rocks up, because then this would be a gone Cloyster. I don't know if he's Choice Scarf or not. Given he's Focus Sash, he's probably Shell Smash, so I don't have to worry about him outspeeding me and hitting me with like Razor Shell. I think his really only switch-ins might be Breloom or Magmortar. And if he goes into Breloom, I think I take a Technician boosted Life Orb Mach Punch, around 70% or so, and I KO back with Lava Plume. So that could be a Breloom that's gone, which would get closer to a Suicune sweep. Although, to be fair, Suicune sets up on Cloyster. It also sets up on Diancie. But yeah, I'm just going to Flash Cannon again here regardless. The fact that he didn't go into Magmortar is kind of interesting. Also, Flash Cannon and Lava Plume do the exact same amount of damage to Cloyster. So, like, even if he was predicting Lava Plume, it does the exact same amount to Cloyster. They have the exact same base attack. They're both stab moves. And they're both neutral against Cloyster. It's just that Flash Cannon is generally better against most of his team. I'm surprised he didn't go to Magmortar though, because he typically runs Assault Vest, and that resists both of my stab moves. He might have expected Earth Power on like a hard read or something like that, but he also typically runs Earthquake on his Magmortar. It might mean he's not Assault Vest and didn't want to take a hit, so I'm glad that's gone. My taunt's over. Question is, what does he bring in on this? He's pretty much got to go Magmortar or Breloom, unless he's running Earth Power on Kyurem. If he goes into Kyurem, I can definitely assume he's running Earth Power, which is one of his coverage moves. It's typically Outrage, Ice Beam. He goes back into this. Heatran, solid Mon. I don't know what he's going for. He can taunt me again, but if he doesn't, I'm just gonna get my Stealth Rock. So like, okay. Now I'll just go for Flash Cannon again. We're back to square one, except without a Cloyster. If he goes into Magmortar, he typically runs Earthquake, and I can go into my Suicune, so like... Yeah, that's definitely AV. So I don't know why he didn't go into that in the first place. Ooh, if he goes for Earthquake here, actually... I could go into my Altaria here. So AV Magmortar typically runs Thunderbolt, Earthquake, Mach Punch, Hidden Power Ice, or Grass Knot, or some fire move. So I actually think I'm safe to go into my Altaria here. And I OHKO with Earthquake, even unboosted. So I'm going to go to my Altaria here, actually. Mach Punch, doing literally nothing. So, because he has Choice Scarf, Kyurem, I feel like he's going to go straight into that. And I don't want to... If I Dragon Dance, I still am outsped by Choice Scarf Kyurem, and then he... and then I have to switch out and pretty much make a guess on what I'm going to sack, or potentially sack. So, I'm actually just going to go for a return here, expecting him to switch, fearing the Earthquake maybe. Of course, I get punished for, what's it called? Predicting. Fire Blast, that's not a problem. If he's gonna stay in and just try and sack this, I'm gonna Dragon Dance. I take another Fire Blast, and then I can actually roost up. Here I am mentioning, like, oh, I'll just play her with, like, attacking and what's in front of me, and then I go for return, expecting him to switch into Kyurem V. It makes sense if you know that after I get +2 with my Altaria, I literally just win. He goes into this. Okay, then... He's probably running Cross Poison, if I had to guess. We'll scout for that now. He might try to taunt me. I 2-hit KO this after Rocks, but like... Actually, wait, who am I kidding? I can... I'm gonna go to my Suicune here. If he wants to taunt me, that's fine. Brave Bird is not going to do anything to me, and I'm going to heal that off. The league has started to have a hating on Suicune, for sure. He can go into Kyurem here if he wants to risk getting burned, or Breloom if he wants to risk getting burned, but again, I can just click Scald and hope for burns. And that does a good chunk of damage. He's got Roost, I'd imagine, but I just want to go for burns regardless. Again, I'm just gotta get myself in the zone of just attacking what's in front of me and not trying to read into it too much. He can continually taunt me, but even if I force him to roost up, I have pressure, so I'll stall him out of his roost before he can continually heal up. So like, I beat this Crobat 1v1, I beat Diancie 1v1, I set up on Diancie as a matter of fact. The only thing, Breloom beats me with Bullet Seed, and Kyurem beats me with Fusion Bolt, but to switch in, they risk getting burnt, so I'm very content with this. Also, at some point he's going to need a Roost, and if my taunt ends on that turn, I can Calm Mind. So he can probably Roost here, but like I mentioned before, I beat this 1v1. Also, shout out to Pokken for this sick song. Magikarp Festival is like an incredible song. That's what you're listening to if you weren't aware. Surprised we haven't gotten the burn yet. My taunt should end. So he's probably going to taunt me again. I'm going to continue clicking Scald. I have 15 Scalds in total. Hopefully that doesn't matter. Again, I just need to get a burn soon. That would make my life so much nicer. Sweet, I'll take that. Again, if he's going to try and switch anything in, he risks it getting burnt. So, and now because of the burn, he's going to have to roost more often, which means it's more likely that my taunt will end on a turn that he needs to roost, and that way I can Calm Mind up. So like now he needs to roost, and my taunt's going to end. So now I can actually Calm Mind up. Oh, he's just going to sack this. Alright, if that's the case, if I let this Crobat die, he gets a free switch into Kyurem or Breloom. So I actually want this Crobat to die to my Heatran. Actually, if he's gonna Brave Bird, I'm gonna go into my Jirachi. Yo, that worked out pretty well. So I can Zen Headbutt here, and I'm pretty sure I 2-hit KO this. And he doesn't have a switch in. His Diancie takes a Zen Headbutt really well, but he also can't risk me going for Iron Head. Nothing on his team deals with this. Mach Punch does a good amount of damage. He's Life Orb. Cool. And there is a gone Breloom. Now he probably goes into Diancie if I had to guess. In which case I go to my Suicune. Yeah, definitely. And just start clicking Scald again. He goes into this though. He is running Fire Blast. He's also running Earthquake though. So I know someone was like surprised that I didn't go and Heatran on the Fire Blast, but like after that I have to switch out anyways on the Earthquake. So regardless, I think I just go into my Mega Altaria and I can roost off damage. T-Bolt, that's not gonna do anything. Hopefully he doesn't para me. That's the only thing I can think of. So yeah, I'm just gonna roost here and heal up a bit so that I can take hits more, switch in more effectively in the future. You can keep going for Fire Blast. The only thing I would suck if I get burnt. Gotta love that. So now the question is, does he go into Crobat or does he stay in? I don't really need this to win, so like I'm not too worried to be honest. And Earthquake, even burnt, will Oko, or will kill off this Magmortar. I kind of want to preserve the 6-0. I could just kill this and then sack it to whatever. To be honest, Hitmonlee takes a hit from this pretty well, but Fire Blast plus Burn is doing 48, 50%, so it doesn't make sense to Roost Stall at this point. I'm just going to Earthquake and KO this. So, yeah, to be honest, at this point, like, Diancie doesn't take much from a return from Altaria. I mean, return would wreck Kyurem B, but I wasn't planning on checking Kyurem B with Altaria anyways, because he's probably Scarf. He goes into this, so he's probably going to go for... Oh, wait, I definitely... If he's an offensive Diancie, which I don't think he is because I haven't seen rocks on any of his other Mons, they typically run Diamond Storm, Moonblast, and maybe as a coverage move, HP Fire or Earthquake. So yeah, Diancie typically runs Earth Power as a coverage move sometimes, but I'm pretty sure my Suicune walls all of those moves, so I'm just going to go into this. And yeah, of course, he gets up his rocks. I'm going to start firing off Scalds again. if he wants to switch into Kieran B, which is the only thing left on his team that can take this on, he's going to risk it getting burnt. And if it gets burnt, Fusion Bolt 4-hit KOs me, so I actually take it on 1v1, even though Scald will be doing like 10% or so. But after 6 turns, Scald plus burn will KO it, so I think Suicune pretty much beats the rest of his team at this point. Moonblast, that is not going to do a lot. I'm actually going to Calm Mind here, so that when I beat the Diancie, I'll actually be at a good amount of HP. Calm Mind, how much did Scald do before? 42%, so it's going to do about 62% now. So Moonblast did 20% or so. I'm going to Scald. Hopefully, he's probably going to switch here. Or not. Or not. That's okay, though. I'm actually going to rest here. I definitely take this on 1v1, but I don't want to be in my first... I don't want to have to go through the first 2 Sleep Talk turns with Kieran B. I want to, you know, rest up, maybe Calm Mind up, kill this with one of my Sleep Talks, so I only have 1 Sleep Talk turn at the most against Kieran B. Except Nico Yazawa. This guy watches Love Live. Also, actually, what am I doing? If he's gonna Moonblast here, I go into Choice Scarf Jirachi right now. Who am I kidding? Choice Scarf Jirachi wins with Iron Head right now. I 2-hit KO Kieran B for sure. I OHKO this Diancie. Crobat is at 19% and I outspeed it, so I KO that as well. So assuming I get 2 hits on Kieran B, that should be GG. He has a 40% chance of attacking me after the first one, with which he might KO me. But beyond that, I don't think there's much he can really do. And because he's Choice Scarf, he's going to have to lock himself into a move. So I'm just going to Iron Head here, and this does a minimum of 50% damage, has a 60% chance to flinch. Depending on whatever move he goes for, even if he does break through. Yes, we live! We're going to get the 6-0! Yes! I wanted to come back after that loss and get a sweet 6-0. That's what the 176 HP EVs are there for. Anyways, Fusion Bolt doesn't KO Heatran, so I mean this is game regardless. Anyways, GG to Alex. It was a good game. I again went in with the safe mentality. Definitely learned from last week's game. You know, analyzed my moves and such, and it shows. So GG. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this match. We are now 7-1, retaining our... We lost our #1 spot in the league last week, but we got it back now. So glad to be back on top. But until the next week, this has been Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.